This is a story of how my family of 5, starting with almost 0 miles, is flying business class to New Zealand for a fraction of the cost. Here's how we are making it happen with team effort. So this all started in September 2024, just a few months ago, when I casually texted and asked my family if they're keen on a road trip to New Zealand next year. So my sister suggested, hey, why not travel on business flight, since the travel time to New Zealand takes about 9 to 10 hours. Previously, my sister and my brother-in-law had flown on business class and they can't stop raving about their experiences. So instantly, we all got hyped. We really wanted to try flying business class. But the problem is the round-trip business class ticket costs $6,500 per person. If you multiply that by 5, that's really a lot of money involved. So we had to redeem miles. Business Saver from Singapore to New Zealand came up to about 137,000 miles, and Business Advantage was 180,000 miles. So the period that we wanted to travel had 4 dates, with Business Saver flights costing 137,000 miles. But then there's another problem. My sister was the only one who entered this miles game years ago. So she had enough miles, enough to even redeem the Business Advantage flight. I entered the miles game early this year and I was not even halfway through to even redeem the Business Saver flight. And for the other 3 boys, my husband, my brother and my brother-in-law, they were not even part of the miles game yet. So they were practically starting from scratch. And we had only about 4 months, including the month of September, to be able to accumulate 137,000 miles to make this business flight ticket happen. So we came up with the strategy. Step 1 is setting up the foundation. Firstly, they had to apply for a KrisFlyer account, so the 3 boys went ahead to create one for themselves. Secondly, is to claim their retroactive mileage. Basically, Singapore Airlines and Scoot gives you 6 months since the date that you flew with them to claim your miles if you had not claimed during the flight booking. So the 3 of them tried to claim the miles they didn't accumulate back then. Unfortunately for my husband, his flight was outside of the 6 months window, so he couldn't claim any of the miles. But for my brother and brother-in-law, they managed to do it. Step 2 is strategic credit card applications. So for the 4 of us, we needed to boost our miles. Just through daily spending, it's impossible to achieve 137,000 miles in 4 months. So we had to apply for all these credit cards. Amex Essence offered 38,000 miles, Standard Chartered Journey Credit Card offered 45,000 miles, UOB Privy offered 45,200 miles, and HSBC offered 30,000 miles. So the 4 of us went to apply for all these 4 credit cards to leverage on their welcome bonus. So through these 4 credit cards, we will be able to achieve the 137,000 miles that we need to redeem the Business Saver flight. And then we hit our first hiccup. Standard Chartered, which offered 45,000 miles, rejected all our applications. That was a big letdown. And to make things worse, the rest of the banks, except Amex, rejected my application because I'm currently on no pay leave. So without an income coming in, these banks did not allow me to apply for a new credit card. So I only managed to secure Amex Essence. That's when my sister stepped in. She went to apply for all these credit cards so that she can increase her miles and be able to assist one of us or even 2 of us to redeem the flights if need be. So +1 for team effort. So to make up for the shortfall of the 45,000 miles that they could have gotten from Standard Chartered, the boys went ahead to apply for 2 more credit cards, Citi Rewards Credit Card and DBS Altitude, to leverage on the welcome bonus. Together with these 2 cards, they will be able to get 40,000 miles, still short of 5,000 miles. So for that, we then went to leverage on promotions. So for example, Kris Plus is having a promotion where you could earn up to 6 miles per dollar on top of your credit card miles. So that could be up to 10 miles per dollar. And Pelago is actually offering 9 miles per dollar if you book activities through them. So we had to leverage on these promotions to accelerate the miles that we need to accumulate to redeem the business flight. And as for me, since I'm not able to apply for any more credit cards, I'm also leveraging on these promotions, and on top of that, I actually am enrolling myself to the AXS lucky draw every month, since I have to make certain bill payments through AXS, hopefully win the lucky draw where you can earn up to 25,000 miles. Of course, till now I have not won it, but there's no harm trying, right? By the way, at this point of time, I do want to caveat that whatever that we are doing to maximize the miles that we are earning through credit card applications and buying things from Chris Plus or Pelago, these expenses were already pre-planned even without these promotions, even without this conversation of flying business in New Zealand. These were expenses that were already planned to happen. But with the miles game in the picture and the promotions around, we are just leveraging on these promotions to spend our money. So it's just a matter of spending it smartly. So it's very important to actually not spend just for the sake of earning miles. It's extremely also important to only spend if you have the amount to spend. So all these expenses, be it the big expenses, big purchases, whatever that we spend, we are able to settle them by cash within the statement cycle. So there is no debt involved at all, and that is super crucial when it comes to credit card spending. So to avoid any of the credit card mistakes, you can also check out my video here, which I will link up above. So back to the story. Midway our plan, we faced another roadblock. The 4 dates with the 137,000 business saver flight tickets all vanished last week. We couldn't find any of these dates. Everything became business advantage, requiring 180,000 miles, which we do not have, and it's impossible to achieve that by the end of this year. So then we had to look at different travel dates. So that's something that we realized when it comes to redeeming award flights. It's extremely important to be flexible with the travel dates. So for us, thankfully, all 5 of us were flexible with the dates, and we decided to push our travel dates from June to July. While we did not have the business saver of 137,000 miles, there was the next cheapest one, which is the mixture of business saver and business advantage, coming up to 158,500 miles. It's still a bit of a stretch, but not too bad. So we decided to redeem that flight traveling in July. And since we already faced one situation where we lost the deal to travel using business saver for 137,000 miles, we didn't want to repeat the same mistake, and that's when we realized we need to re-look into our strategy. So last week we had a discussion, and we felt that it's better if we were to book the return leg first, which is currently having the business saver offer of 68,500 miles. So we just decided to do a one-way flight first while we are still waiting for the welcome bonus miles to come in. So when we did that, we realized that the 3 boys, since they started from scratch and they are heavily relying on the welcome bonus, they do not have the 68,500 miles to redeem. My sister is able to redeem flight for 1 more person, including her, and I have enough miles to redeem for myself. So then when we checked the price to pay for a business flight ticket just on the return leg from New Zealand to Singapore for 2 adults, the price came up to $4,800. And if you divide that cost by 5 of us, that is $960 per person. It's still cheaper than traveling via economy. So we were totally okay with this plan to pay a fraction of the cost to fly business. So for the return leg, we went to buy 2 flight tickets and we redeemed 3 flights. Again, team effort, plus 1 point for that. For the forward flight, we will need to accumulate 90,000 miles, and we are on track. We did our calculation and we know that we will be able to accumulate this by the end of January. Pretty confident about it. So there shouldn't be any cost involved in the forward flight. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I'll definitely do another video to update you guys on how the miles game is going for us to redeem the forward flight. So that's where we are right now. It's been a journey of ups and downs, and lots of calculations, but it's definitely worth it. So if you're still watching, it means you like the video. So if you don't mind, could you just click the button below to like the video, and if you have not subscribed already, then please do click the subscribe button as well. I hope this video was useful. Do share if this video might benefit someone else, and also please leave a comment below if you have other strategies on your mouse game. I'll be happy to learn as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.